The first screen you'll go to once you go to create a quiz is going to be the details page. You'll notice that there's two tabs up here, details and questions. So you'll start by naming your quiz, and then you can add any instructions that you want to give students. You can also, just like on pages or discussions or any number of other options on Canvas, add other media. So you can add YouTube videos if you've got video clips. If you want to record yourself giving instructions, you can do that here. Then you need to choose the quiz type. The default is a graded quiz, but you can also do a practice quiz, a graded survey, or an ungraded survey. If you have different assignment groups that you've created, you can go ahead and select those. For most people, it will just be a default assignments. Then you can post grades to SIS. This means, do you want to post them to PowerSchool? If it's a graded quiz, probably. If it's a practice quiz, you probably don't. You can also choose if you would like to shuffle answers. So this way students sitting next to each other will or will not have the same answers. You can also choose to give a time limit to the test if you would like them to be able to take multiple attempts. So for example, if they have to continue retaking this until they get at least an 80% or whatever you've determined mastery, you might want to select that. Your next decision is, do you let students see their quiz responses? And if so, when? So do you want them to see it immediately? Do you want them to see it after everyone has had a chance to take the test? That's up to you, and you'll need to choose that here. You've got one question that relates to layout and format. There's the default, which is all questions are on the same page, so students will scroll down. There's also the option that you show one question at a time, and students would then need to move in the bottom corner from one question to the next. For quiz restrictions, you can choose to require an access code. So I would do this if I'm using the same test between class periods, and I would just change it at the end of each class so that students are not able to get into the test before their class period starts. You can also filter by IP addresses. I've never done this and don't know how effective it is. In theory, you could make it so that only students who are at Delcom, like physically on our school grounds, could use it. Then you choose who do you assign this to. So you can assign it to everyone, that's the default, so everyone enrolled in that course. You might also be assigning it to select groups of students. So that could be maybe your special ed kids have a different version of the test. Or maybe you are assigning it to first period if you've got all of your classes combined. First period is taking it on this day, but second period isn't taking their test until the day after. So you could then select those class periods and you just go to add to get different options for different groups. When you're done, I would recommend you press save so that all of these are saved before you go on to questions.